All right, guys, I'm going to share some of the highlights from my Arnold 2016 experience. Unfortunately, I didn't catch all of the strongman competitions. I basically only was able to catch the overhead press, log press, and then the sear dumbbell press, and then some of the world record attempts by Hathorn, Julius Bjornsson, Zydrunas Savickas, and Brian Shaw. So I was honored to be as close as I was to the stage for the world record attempts. I mean, I'm right there at the roped off area filming this stuff. I think I got a couple people in front of me, but you know you're close when you're sitting there and Michael Burke's right in front of you. So I felt really just to be in the right place at the right time, to be that close to the stage, to witness these feats of great strength in the strongman world. And I wasn't too far back I'm going to scoop my chair up, getting closer. Wasn't too far back when I did film the overhead log and the sear dumbbell presses, but with the phone, I zoomed in, and unfortunately digital zoom just is not what I feel it could be, but that's neither here nor there. But I did get some pretty good highlights. Let me just share with you some thoughts that I had about the competition. Was I glad to see Zydrunas win? Yes, I was. Would I have been happy to see Brian Shaw win, Eddie Hall, Thor, Mikhail, any of those guys win, Dimitar? Yes, I would have been. The thing that I have learned about strongman and being just involving myself into it here as of the last 6-7 months, I grew up watching it. I grew up watching Magnus versus Magnuson, in my early 20s, I guess you don't want to call it growing up, but also watching the Kaz and Jean-Paul compete. But meeting Kazmaier and Colin Bryce was really cool. Of course, I'm so awestruck that I didn't really strike up a conversation. I could only manage sign my shirt and photo. So I felt like an idiot. But and then when I passed Magnus, I honestly think I stalked him a couple times because when I walked by, I was like, oh my God, there's Magnus. And then I made a loop around the Arnold and then came back to the amateur strongman and was like past him and like, sign my shirt, picture, anyway, that routine. But out of all the guys I did get to meet, and I had him sign my shirt. Let me get it out here. Sorry, I'm back here somewhere. But for everybody that don't know, when I did my first competition in February, I did it in honor of my mother, who is still alive, but she's battling stage 4 colon cancer. And I just took up a fundraiser for the amount of weight I could push and have you donate. But anyway, here was my shirt, the TSN Strongman, which was Team Super Nana. As you can see, I was very fortunate to have Brian Shaw sign it, Zydrunas Savickas, Magnus versus Magnuson, Kaz, Dimitar, and then also right up here, you can't really see it, but Obi signed, Robert Oberst, who signed right above Brian Shaw. I would have loved to have caught Eddie Hall this year, but I couldn't find him. After running into him last year, I smacked right into his chest because I wasn't paying attention. And to not even see him except on the stage, I was really disappointed. But it is what it is. I never honestly would have expected to have been able to get Kazmaier's signature. And then, saw Jerry Pritchard and those guys and had a chance to kind of talk with them and, talk with Brian. And I tell you what, getting back to where I was going with this, in the world of bodybuilding, everybody's got their favorite. Phil Heath is the best ever. Ronnie Coleman's the best ever. Yeah, you have that in strongman also. I mean, between Bill Kazmaier, Jean-Paul, Magnus versus Magnuson, Pujanowski, and now, Brian Shaw and Zydrunas are really now present forces. I can honestly say that I don't have an overall favorite strongman. I have found that I love this sport and everything that it encompasses. Yeah, there's rivalries. There's battles back and forth. A year ago or so, Robert Oberst calls out Eddie Hall on YouTube about overhead pressing, and it went back and forth some words there. Well, now, as of the last few days, we've had Zydrunas supposedly poking and prodding, read into it with what you want about Brian Shaw and hamstrings. So now we've got this going on, a big rivalry there to begin with. Now they're poking each other on Instagram, Twitter, or whatever. And it's great to have that type of competitive nature. In Strongman, it is all about you. You're your own worst enemy a lot of times, and you can't let mental mistakes get in the way of what you're trying to achieve. But, those guys do play mind games with each other. I can only imagine the conversations that may take place in the back and just teasing around. But they all seem like they're good-natured and very, very open and friendly people. Like most of us, they all have their bad days. But, I think with the overall sport of strongman, I hope it grows. Obviously it is. But the one thing that, it's like Brian Shaw puts out his YouTube videos about his training. I love that. Eddie Hall recently put out a documentary about his life. I love that. I wish a lot of these other guys would do that so we would know more about them. So, in this day and age, you don't have to totally post your workout routine, but, give us some insight about you as a person because, we root for you guys up there on stage. And when Zydrunas did not hit that 508-pound world record attempt on the overhead press, I felt for the guy. I felt, it kind of made me sad that he didn't get it because I like to see all those guys as hard as they're pushing to really make these lifts happen. But this video is getting long-winded already. I am going to share some clips here following of some of the world record attempts and then some of the other attempts in there and then some of a few things that we did at the Arnold Classic, some stupid random videos that I took. So now we're at 7 minutes here. So guys, I apologize. Appreciate you listening and sticking with me. So enjoy the footage that I'm going to attach to this. Take care.